Hi guys, it's Wombat and welcome to another update video. This happens every single time I release a new map combo. One of the maps or another important map for that setup is released in a new version or as a new map. This time it was the US expansion that I couldn't include because it wasn't fully compatible with 133. Well, lo and behold, it got released in a new version, version 2.5, just hours after I updated it. So there you go. So this video is here because we're gonna add US expansions 2.5 to the ATS setup, but I'm also gonna remove the Yuma map. The Yuma map turned out that it doesn't really have anything to do on the setup because it doesn't do anything. I'll get into that a little bit later. And we are also going to, which I promised you in the last video, going to look at the differences between the free version of Viva Mexico and Mexico Extremo and compare that to the paid versions of Viva Mexico and Mexico Extremo. I now have both of them, so we're gonna look at what the maps looks like without the paid versions and how it looks with the paid versions. I'm also gonna show you how you can fix the zoom problems. Some of you have contacted me regarding problems picking jobs in southern Mexico. I'm going to show you how you can get around that problem. And other than that, we're going to go through the entire setup one more time because of the removed Yuma map and the addition of the US expansion. And I'm also going to do the same thing and go through the entire setup if you bought both Viva Mexico and Mexico Extremo, and I highly recommend you do that, and you're gonna see in just a few minutes why you should do that. So let's do this. So the first thing we quickly are going to look at is the setup. I'm using the exact same map setup in the picture to the left as I do in the picture to the right. The only difference is that to the left I have CanaDream 2.7 and to the right I have CanaDream 2.8. So if you want a map background that looks like mine does to the left, then move ahead and use CanaDream 2.7 and accept that there are a couple of bugs there. Or you can move to CanaDream 2.8 and have a background map that looks like the one to the right. It's your choice, buddy. I'm not going to force anyone to use either 2.7 or 2.8. That is entirely up to you. Links in the description. This is what Mexico looks like when you are using all the three Mexican maps in their free versions. So these are the free versions of the Mexican maps. So the free version of both Viva Mexico and Mexico Extremo. This is what the map looks like. And this is what Mexico looks like when you buy both the Mexico Extremo and the new Viva Mexico version. So I bought both the paid version of Mexico Extremo and Viva Mexico, and when you do, this is what Mexico looks like. Of course, Mexico is a little bigger than that. We have Mexico up here as well. But the most interesting parts are the ones down both here and here, over here as well. Those are the main differences. So let's just do a quick comparison of the two. It shouldn't be any problem to see which one is which. To the right the free version to the left, the paid version. So significant changes indeed, and as soon as version 2.5, Viva Mexico 2.5 is out, there's gonna be a lot more changes to this as well. And finally, to those of you who have problems with the job offers not being able to reach all the way down to Mexico, to the southern Mexico, I have a mod that I use, or used to use on ATS, and that is Arayas Superzoom. With that mod you will have no problems locating jobs down in South America, if such a map would exist, and even up in the Arctics if such a map existed. Of course there are no such maps yet, but this mod allows you to go basically wherever you want to go on the job offers map as well as on the world map. But as you can see, there is one drawback with the current version, and that is that the map doesn't really, the background map doesn't fit anymore. But if you find the ability to access the jobs more important than having a map background that is aligned with the map mods, this is one way of fixing it. There are probably other ways of doing it as well that might even work better with the current available maps, but this is the one that I use. This is the setup. So we have Viva Mexico, and this is using the free versions as well of Mexico, I should point out. So this is Viva Mexico at the bottom. Then we have Mexico Extremo, followed by Mexssimap, and Mega Resources. Jesus, I can't talk today. Sorry about that. Mega Resources. Then we have Coast to Coast, version 2.6, and I have CanaDream 2.7. Now I do have CanaDream 2.8, but as you saw earlier, depending on what map background you want to use, you go for either 2.8 with a lot of fine, beautiful, perfect bug fixes, but also a completely different background, or you accept whatever bugs there are still in version 2.7 and use the, in my opinion, much better looking map background than what you have in 2.8. So, but regardless, if you're using 2.7 or 2.8, doesn't matter, this is where you put it. And then we have Project Going North, Tonopah, Rick PP's ATS mods, and US expansion 2.5. Not seen here is also the Superzoom by Arias. You add that above US expansions if you want to use it. So if you did buy both the Viva Mexico map and the Mexico Extremo map, this is what the setup looks like, and it's a little bit more complicated than it is if you're only using the free versions. But we're gonna go through it here, and at the bottom you have Viva Mexico 2.4.9 again, and the additional Viva Mexico key file. You have Mexico Extremo and the Mexico Extremo key file. You then have the Mexico Extremo fix patch, the Mexico Extremo and Viva Mexico patch, US 95 remake for Viva Mex, Mexssimap SLP 1.1, and temporary fix patch Mexico Extremo and Mexssimap. And then you have Mega Resources on top of that. Followed by Coast to Coast CanaDream, and again I am using the 2.7 version. If you want to use 2.8 instead, that's just fine. Put it here, replace the 2.7 with 2.8. Both of them works right there. On top of that you have Project Going North, Tonopah REBUILT, Rig PP's ATS mods, and finally US expansion version 2.5. And again, if you want to use the Superzoom to be able to reach the southern Mexico job offers, it goes on top of the US expansions. So there's the new map combo. I expect another map is going to be updated tomorrow because I'm going to release this video today, so but that's how it is. Anyway, I have explained the differences between CanaDream 2.7 and 2.8. I have added US expansion to the map setup and removed Yuma, which didn't make any difference anyway. And I have also now finally shown you the differences between the paid versions of Viva Mexico and Mexico Extremo and the free version of these two maps. So, and in addition to that, I've shown you how you can use a map zoom like Arias to be able to reach all the jobs that you possibly couldn't reach earlier, especially down in southern Mexico. And speaking of that map zoom, you can bring that back and forth to the map setup whenever you like. It doesn't reset your truck or anything like that when you add it or remove it. So feel free to put it in there and take it out whenever you need it and not need it, if you want the map to be aligned to the background, at least most of the time. So I think that's it. Links are in the description as always, and I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe as well, and don't forget to click the bell button and share my videos freely whenever you want to. I really appreciate it when people do that. So thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye bye.